Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. Concrete Banger is back again with another one of its notorious episodes. On today's episode, me and Past George are working once again on our Panzer IV from border models in 1 to 35th scale and kit number BT-005. What we have done today, you may ask, and I'm here to tell you. Today we have managed to complete the whole assembly, and we have also put it together, the main gun assembly, together with the bridge and its gun manlet. Sorry, I was searching for the right word. So, a little bit of warning, guys. The first part of the video is a little bit crappy because everything that could go wrong has gone possibly wrong. Please bear with me. I hope that it will make sense. So, without further ado, you all know what to do. Grab a seat, make yourselves comfortable, crack the mandatory cold one, and let's see what me and Past George have for you in this episode. So guys, welcome to part 4. I'm gonna cut straight to the chase because after my rambling onto the introduction part, you won't need to hear any more rambling. So, what we are planning to do on part 4. Part 4 will be... Oh no. I almost smashed my workbench. Anyway, as I've said, part 4 will be more work onto the upper hull, and if everything goes well, we're gonna start working onto the turret. Clearly, in the picture, the tank that I wanna depict doesn't have a side armor onto the upper hull, and I mean this side. But I think that it would be a waste to have a photo etched side armor that I can easily damage, and it can be easily depicted more realistically as damaged, and keep it in the box because the tank I want to depict from the photo doesn't have it. So I took the decision to add it. As I've said in my first introduction about this build, I was going to differentiate a little bit from the photo. So this is one of my differentiations. So that was all that I wanted to talk about. I won't waste any more of your time, and we are gonna start immediately with the assembly. In part 3 we have finished step 19, and now we are moving on to step 20. Step 20 consists of some more detailed pieces onto the upper hull, and I am gonna start immediately. I am going to take care of the teeny tiny pieces first, and for the sake of videoing, anyway, for this you're gonna understand, for the sake of videoing and for me not pausing the video for a part to cure, we're gonna start with this. This is the rear mud guard, one of the two rear mud guards, and over here we have to attach a tiny part, which is this one, and it's none other than the tail light of the vehicle. So this one needs to go onto the left fender. I think that's the left fender. Excuse me, guys. Forgive me, I must say, because I always tend to get left and right mixed up in vehicles. I can understand if you tell me driver or passenger side, not left and right. So to get it to make it more easy for you as well, this one is the the driver's side fender mudguard, rear mudguard, and we need to attach the part over here like so. Now I'm gonna leave this aside, give it some time to dry, and we're gonna start with more small pieces. Now on this step we have to attach two of our lifting hooks. Don't know if you guys remember, we have done these sub-assemblies in part 3 near the end, so we need to attach one on this side and one exactly on the opposite side at the same spot. And I think that I have applied a little bit more glue than I should, but anyway, it is what it is now. I have to be more careful with that. Oh, come on. There we have it. Like a boss. And let's move to the other side. Be a little bit more careful with the glue application. And if you're here, and once again, if you're hearing purring sounds, really sorry guys, that's one of my cats. She likes to sit on my lap while I do models, and I let her, because we provide warmth to each other. Plus she has saved me sometimes. And when I say saved me, I mean she keeps small parts in her fur if I lose them. So now that we took care of all the small parts, we move on to the air filter. The air filter is another sub-assembly we assembled in the previous episode, in part 3. Make yourselves a favor guys and visit part 3 if you have missed it. So I don't have a clear indication for where this part goes, but I have a trick to help me. So the pipes of this air filter should be attached on this part over here, the triangular piece, and this triangular piece needs to go over here. So what I'm going to do is to attach the triangular piece first, use it as a guide, and then I'm gonna attach the air filters. And I recommend you guys do the same if you build the same kit as I. So here we go. So here we have it, I have to say. Let me grab another set of tweezers. Yep, like this. Oh, come on. And of course, I'm gonna do it by hand.
One eternity later.
And there we have it. that's in place. Was kinda tricky to get, but I've got it. And now we have to attach this one, and I want you guys to give me your attention for a moment. Look at this brilliant wood texture on it. I was amazed to see that while I was sanding this piece. So this part needs to go exactly over, give me a moment, over here. It needs to sandwich between the air filters and the hole, and it needs to hang over here as well. And that's a little bit poor planning. Okay, poor planning from me only. So I should have attached this part first before the air filter, but anyway, it is what it is right now. Oh, come on. This is gonna be one of those episodes where I'm doing stuff wrong. Okay. There we have it. Everything in place. Should look like this, guys. Sorry, probably I'm gonna heavily edit this part of the video. And now we need to attach this bracket which is supposed to hold the add-on armor. Okay. I don't know how much I've got on camera, but you guys see. Hopefully you guys saw what I did. Poor planning for me, poor explanation from the instructions. They should state which part goes first. Mainly because there are stupid people like me around that they don't dry fit parts always. Sometimes I do, this time I didn't. So serves me right. Now that's the thing that we are going for. I'm gonna make sure that this one will be more straight as we proceed until the glue cures. But anyway, and now let's move on to the rear fenders. Now, and until this time I have no photos of the vehicle from the rear. I haven't searched them yet on the net, but I'm going to, because I wanna see if the vehicle has damaged rear fenders. For the time being, we are going to assemble them without damage, undamaged, in pristine condition, and we're gonna see later in the future what we are going to do exactly with them. And the rear fenders are in place as well. Now we move on to step 21, and we have some more parts on that step to attach over here on the upper hull. Let me clean them and I'm going to be back. Step 21, guys, and it is tiny piece galore. Look at this little thing over here. You can almost see it in my finger, and it is a bolt, like a bolt or like a rivet, and it is supposed to go, oh my god, over here, if I am able to get it on camera. Oh, I've got it. Yeah, and now it's gone. We don't wanna toy a lot with those kind of pieces because they tend to fly to Narnia, never to be seen again. And there we have it. So apart those pieces, we have the springs that go over here at the fenders, at the mud guards, I should say, to be more precise. You're gonna ask me why I attach these pieces, since I don't know if I'm gonna damage the mud guard, and I am gonna tell you that I always wanna build the kit in pristine condition and then damage it. Give me a moment because the part flew away. Take that, carpet monster, beat you again. Oh god, I need to learn not to press so hard my tweezers. I'm trying to muscle memory that, but it is not always possible, guys. So I have attached this one as well, and now we have these two parts. These two parts are kinda unclear where they are, where we have to attachment. Oh god damn it! Sorry for the quick pause there, guys. It's not a good night for me to record. My tripod has grew a wheel of its own, and it tends to move downwards. Anyway, let's start this again. So on part 21 we have these parts that it is kinda unclear where they go. I consulted my friends, they know who they are, and I'm really grateful for their help. They tell me exactly where these parts go, where these parts go, and they told me exactly what they do. They are ports that close the these things over here, these air ducts over here, to help the tank to help the tank start when the weather is cold. You can either position them open or closed. Not all of them. You will need to consult in which weather conditions your tank was operating, and if it was extremely cold, you need to close them all. If it's not so cold, you need to close just a few, because they are ported, 1, 2, 3, 4 for each side. So I hope that I've explained it correctly and you guys know what I mean. So one goes over here in this air duct, and the other one goes exactly on the opposite side at the same spot over here. And since my vehicle is supposed to be driving down the road, I'm gonna position them fully open. And there we have them, guys, exactly in place. So onwards to part 22. Let me grab the instructions and I'm gonna explain you, because we're gonna skip some parts now. Let's position them over here. Let's move my camera. So part 22 is tracks for the early type of the vehicle. We skip them. Part 22B is tracks for the middle type of the vehicle, and since I have the road wheels and the rest of the stuff not detail paint them, I'm gonna skip this step as well. We're gonna continue all the way up to part 23, and here is where we attach the brackets for the side armor. Now let me clean all these parts and see. Let me clean all these parts, and I'm gonna figure out a way to attach them without making a mess or without So guys, another night on the workbench. Hopefully it won't be like yesterday night, where everything was a disaster. My tripod kept failing on me, and stuff like that. All the sub-assemblies to be able all the sub-assemblies were going wrong, etc. Anyway, rumble stop. We're all the way to step 23, and this is the time where we attach the brackets that hold the side armor plates in place. So I'm gonna do one side right now and the other side later, because all these are labeled with different numbers apart these two. These two are the same, but these two are different, and I don't want I am afraid that I'm going to be confused, because I know myself, I'm gonna do something and I'm gonna get confused. So let's be extra cautious and safe, and let's break step 23 into sub-assemblies or into video recordings. So these parts are all going to get attached over here, where you see the square indentation. 1, 2, 3, and 4, each one on its respected side, and I am going to start immediately. I will be extra careful attaching them, because I need them to be on a 90-degree angle if possible. It should be possible. That's what we are aiming for. So we have the first one ready, but not on a 90-degree angle. Let me see something. Okay, it should go there. Okay, first one is down. As you can see, here is how it is positioned. The two identical ones need to go over here where I am applying my glue. Now you guys gonna ask me why don't I pull my straight tweezers to do that, and I'm gonna tell you a big truth. I bended the edges of them. Straight tweezers are too fragile. If you drop them down, boom, that's the end of them. And since I tend to drop down several stuff, these kinds of tweezers are not suited for me. Looks good enough. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Here and here. There we have it. Like a boss. Just a little tweaking. Okay, and final one goes over here as expected. This time I test fitted the parts of camera. And we have a success. Almost. Yeah. So one side is finished, guys. Let me move onto the other side. I'm gonna leave these to cure. Okay, guys. Parts for the other side are cleaned. Same procedure once again. Let's apply our glue and let's continue. The only difference from this side is that we need to attach 3 brackets because we attached the 4th one before. in a previous step, to refer, in the step that we needed to sandwich it between the antenna holder and the air filter. In that step, which I was gluing and ungluing parts. God damn, that step was a disaster. Filming wise. Modeling wise, okay, it worked out for me. But filming wise, for a how-to, no, it's not a how-to. For a live build, filming wise, it was a disaster. That's what I'm gonna say. It always makes me nervous when I do a mistake on camera, guys. It's not that we don't do mistakes, but I am feeling nervous. I think that I am totally stupid when I do it. Oh, come on. Here and okay, and with some minor adjustments, we should be okay. We should be just fine. So, let me raise my camera. If you give your vehicle the top-down view, it should look like this. Well, more like this. And now it's one of the most difficult steps, the next one. We will next one is step 24, as expected, and we have to connect all these brackets with a long piece of rod. You're gonna see what I mean. We are in step 24, guys, and I have already done half of the work needed. As you can see, I have assembled. I have attached that part that I was talking about onto the other side. Luckily, it was an easy job, no pressure there, and I am amazed because usually I have done another Panzer IV, but pre-YouTube era, and I have faced a small problem with that part. So I was afraid that I was going to face the same problem here, but I was lucky enough, and this part felt exactly in place. So as you can see, let me give you an example. This thing connects all the previous brackets we have attached onto the armor, and over here on top we are supposed to hang all the side armor. Now, time for us to move over here. I have left all the brackets to dry. I have given them enough time, and now we are going to move on. I am going to apply glue in every spot, and I am doing this just in case if I see everything fall in place exactly, we're gonna be lucky and this will gonna work like a charm. If I face any problem at all, I will glue the part in stages. Now let's see. Let me see if I can give you a better camera angle. I think it's gonna work, I think. Let's refresh the glue and let's move on. Now every bracket should fall in between those two lines, and let's start. Oh, what I've told you, we have 3 lining up, and the 4th one needs a smaller, needs to be slightly adjusted. Let me see. Okay. Luckily the glue isn't rock hard on the holding brackets, so I moved it a tiny bit in the back, and we are good to go. Alright. Hooray, border. Usually those parts are a pain in the back to attach. To line up, not to attach, sorry. Now obviously I'm gonna damage those pieces, but I know that I've said that again. We're gonna assemble the vehicle in pristine condition, and then we're gonna damage it. So part 24 is almost complete apart from a small piece. I will purposely left off. That small piece is none other than a holding rod over here that goes over here where my file is. We need to attach 2 spare wheels over here, and a holding rod, securing rod goes on top of these spare wheels. Since I haven't detail painted the wheels, the rod won't go in place. And let's see what part 25 has for us. Okay, part 25 has the photo etched parts, the photo etched side armor. I'm gonna skip this for a while, and we're gonna move to part 27. Part 27 we have the beginning of our turret. Instruction times, guys. So in the previous video we finished step number 24, and now we are supposed to go to step number 25. Since I am all out of super glue at the moment, and for a couple of days now to be precise, but I always forget to stop and grab some, we're gonna skip this step, and eventually, because we are skipping this step, I'm going to skip step 26 as well. So these 2 steps, 25 and 26, have to wait until I grab myself some super glue. Now we move on to step 26. There is a correction over here on the correction sheet as well, but I'm not gonna grab it. As you can see, these 2 parts over here that are supposed to be the breech mechanism for the gun are labeled with the same number, K26 and K26. In truth, this one is not K26, is K37. So keep an eye out for that. You won't be able to miss that part. You can clearly see that it is a different one from the other ones. So take a good look on that step, guys, because I'm gonna separate it in two sub steps. We have too many sub assemblies that we need to wait them to dry until I put them all together. Now let's move this aside. I suppose that I have explained it correctly and informative enough. Let's move our lower hull, our tank assembly, I'm gonna call it right now, aside, and let's start working onto the turret, the first steps of the turret. Of course, the kit provides an turned aluminum barrel and also a plastic one, and of course I'm gonna go with the turned aluminum option. So we have to grab part K37, as I've said. We need to push it slightly to get in place. It is snag fit over here, so no super glue for me required. Lucky me. Let's apply some glue over here at these 4 holes, because there is another part that needs to go over here on top, and it's this one. So here it goes. Snag fit as well. Okay, and there we have it, my friends. Apply some extra glue onto the edges for good measure, and I'm gonna leave this one aside. Now this is the gun barrel and part of the gun bridge assembly. Now we move on to the gun manglet. It is this part and this part. Clearly needs to go over here. Let's apply some glue. And let's grab the part. With my professional use of tweezers. Okay. Another one down. Let's leave this aside to cure. And now we have the rest of the manglet assembly and a part and a piece of the interior. You're gonna understand what I am saying. So 3 parts over here. Kit also gives you the option to have the coaxial machine gun slot filled with the machine gun or empty. I'm gonna go with filled because of cool reasons. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. So upon grabbing this part, which is the interior part, this is the interior side, and has some nightbolt detail. Then we need to grab this one, which is part of the gun manglet. If you flip it on the inside, you can see it has 2 holes that correspond with 2 knobs over here. So we need to apply our glue here, and we need to line up the holes with the knobs as expected. We are filling holes here, guys. 90% of the modeling is filling holes. Okay, be extra careful. And then we have a small notch over here, so we can position our coaxial machine gun properly. Let's leave this down, grab our machine gun and feed it through that hole. And there we have it. We have the first three sub-assemblies of the turret ready. I'm gonna leave them to dry. I'm gonna clean the rest of the parts, and I'm gonna be back to... So guys, we returned back for the other half of step 27. Simple as it can be. Skip those two parts, I'm gonna explain you later. And over here we have the sub-assemblies that I have put it together earlier. So we grab the gun manlet, part of the gun manlet. Here we can see it has a notch. It should correspond with this part, but first of all let's press this into the gun manlet, like so, as you can see. And then we need to feed this thing all the way down, like so. And there we have it. Simple as that. We have step 28 ready. Now in this step it states that we need to attach these two pieces as well, without the use of glue, so we can have elevation. But I'm gonna keep them onto my bench until step 29, where we're gonna do some more work onto the turret, and then I'm gonna attach them onto it. So because I want them to have something to grab on. Anyway, you're gonna understand when you're gonna see me do that. So let me clean parts for step 28 this time. Step 28 consists from the bridge mechanism. We have here details of the bridge, and we have the options of 3 different muzzle brakes. Now let me see which particular muzzle brake the vehicle that I have in photo has, and I'm gonna be back. So guys, I have all the parts for step 28 in front of me. Muzzle brake over here, and both sub-assemblies of the bridge mechanism over here. So everything is clean, ready to go. Wish me luck guys, because when I have a lot of parts in front of me I tend to screw up things. I don't know how I do it. I do it magically. It happens. Maybe it's a talent. So I'm gonna start. Let's start from the tiny parts first. I'm gonna start with the bridge mechanism assembly. Let me show you which option I have chosen. I have opted to go, focus please, with the second one, K6, K30 and K7, because that's the one that vehicle that's the one that the vehicle I want to depict has. So let's grab this little thing. Hope my camera focuses. Let's also grab the ring, feed it through the hole, and make sure that it is positioned where it should be. I tend to screw up things. Now, I don't wanna sound ungrateful or something like that, but I wish Border would give us a metallic muzzle brake, but since it gives us 3 options, it should give us 3 metallic muzzle brakes, which is not possible. So I'm not gonna blame them for doing that, since giving us 3 options like this. It's an overkill. Oops, spot on. But I would like to put a metallic muzzle brake in place just once to see how it looks, how it is, to be honest. So muzzle brake is ready, guys. The main difference in them is how this plate is looking. Mainly. So let's leave this aside, leave it alone to dry, and let's move on to the bridge assembly. So let's start from this point. Let's grab this part and let's flip it. We are supposed to attach this little piece in between the two parts of the gun bridge assembly, like so. Yep. Okay. And now we need to attach the other part. Before I attach the other part of the muzzle brake assembly and close this thing up, I wanna have your attention, guys. Over here, where the edge of my tweezers are, it was a part, an excess plastic piece. So if you want, so keep an eye about that. You need to sand it down so this thing can slide freely with no issues. Now we have 2 knobs over here corresponding with 2 holes on the other side. Hopefully this would work. And yep, forgot to do something. And I've told you that I have cleaned everything. Okay. Nothing a little sanding could not fix. Alright. Now we're good to go. Yep. See, another part needs to be removed over there, so we can have the gun barrel in place. Keep an eye out for those parts, for those excess plastic parts, guys. They're gonna create you a problem, and you never know. You're never gonna know where this problem came from. Okay, press fit that together. Apply glue from the inner side. And now we have to attach this level that opens the barrel port, so the loader can slide the new shell inside. As you can see, from the inner side it has 2 holes, two knobs that correspond with the 2 holes over here. like so. Yep. And finally we can attach the sliding thing. That goes there. So that's part of the bridge. Leave this aside as well to dry, to cure completely, and we made it to the rest of the bridge assembly. So here we have these two holes and this one hole on the other side. All these holes correspond to these small knobs. They are two located on this side and one of course on the other. So I need to hold the part like this. Like this, sorry, I was out of frame. And attach here. I hate this kind of assemblies. They are too fiddly. And of course the other one needs to go on top like so, which I'm not gonna touch in front of the camera for obvious reasons. I'm gonna wait for the rest of it to cure completely, be hard as a rock, and I'm gonna touch this one, but I'm gonna do it off camera as I've said. Part 29, guys, let's finish with this gun bridge assembly. So we have everything we need in front of us, all of the sub-assemblies and etc. Let's put this thing together, which is none other than the armor plate that's gonna house the bridge assembly and the main gun. Okay, first part is this thing, which is some kind of a port, pistol port or something like that. I don't know, I'm not sure. You are always welcome to enlighten me in the comment section. I'm sorry that some of you guys know the answer to that. Okay, now I'm gonna leave this aside for a moment. Grab our gun barrel. As you can see over here, there is a knob that corresponds with this indentation. We need to feed this through the gun barrel and line it up with a knob, and there we have it. We also need to attach the muzzle brake there, and for some reason it is crooked and I don't know why. think that's okay now. Alright, and what's next? Okay, time for us to use those two. So K32 is from this side, then K31 is from the other side. Let me cut them and clean them. So K32, K31. Now we need to be extra careful with our glue application if we want our gun barrel to still move. So just a tiny dab over here and over here, same here and here, and let's hope for the best. Usually I don't do mistakes with glue application, but we never know. Once again I may ridicule myself in front of the camera. Okay. Oh, come on. We should be alright. Now that we have this in place, I'm gonna leave it to cure fully cure, and we're gonna see later if we have movement. Next up, it is the bridge mechanism. It's supposed to go over here. And I forgot to clean this part. Give me a sec. And I'm back, and now the part is clean. Silly me. There we have it, guys. Good to go. And finally, we need to attach this one. So this one goes like this. There is holes over here. Don't know how much you can see. Let me grab a pointer. There's one over here, and there is two on the other side. Anyway, guys, hope you see them. You've got my word that there's holes over there. Now let's try to line this piece properly. Let's try to line it up. Okay, one side is in position, the other one now. Okay. And we have movement like a boss. So guys, this is our main gun assembly. A bit fiddly. Okay. A bit fiddly, but pretty detailed, and I am quite amazed. As you can see, we've managed to retain movement. So I'm gonna leave this aside to fully cure now, and let me see how much footage I have gathered, and I'm gonna be back. So guys, I have checked my footage, and I think that we have more than enough to create an episode. I think that it is more than you can handle with me. And with all that said and done, we have made it to the end of this episode. On our next episode, we will continue with our turret assembly, and I believe that we're gonna finish with the turret. And I think that we are in a good position to say that the tank is almost complete assembly wise. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful and interesting, and stick along for the next one. Before I go, I wanna thank each and every one of you that watched this video. A special thank you to my old and new subscribers. You guys are the best, and you are the reason I keep doing these videos. For the newcomers out there, welcome guys. I hope that you like what I do. If so, you all know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe it deserves to be shared, of course, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Mofo Daemon signing out.